Hi, I'm Felicity. I've been drawing since I could hold a crayon, and painting became my entire world by the time I hit middle school. My bedroom walls were covered with canvases, landscapes, portraits, abstract pieces that made sense only to me. My twin sister Maya? She never really got it. You're seriously painting again? Maya walked into my room that Tuesday afternoon, her voice sharp. It's like all you ever do. Because I love it, I said, carefully adding highlights to a sunset piece. Just like you love soccer. Soccer actually matters. It gets you scholarships, gets you somewhere. She flopped onto my bed. Art's just a hobby. I bit my tongue. We'd had this argument 100 times. Maya was the athletic one, state champion, full ride offers from 3 universities. I was the quiet one, the creative one, the one who Mom said marched to her own drum. Speaking of scholarships, I couldn't keep the smile off my face. I got something in the mail today. Maya sat up. What kind of something? A letter. From the Rhode Island School of Design. My hands were shaking as I pulled the envelope from my desk drawer. It's one of the best art schools in the country. And? Her tone had changed, gotten colder. And they're offering me a full scholarship. 4 years, everything covered. I turned to face her, expecting maybe not excitement, but at least acknowledgement. Maya, this is huge for me. This is my soccer scholarship. She stared at the envelope in my hands. Let me see it. Sure. I handed it to her, practically bouncing. Can you believe it? They said my portfolio was exceptionally mature and showed remarkable technical skill and emotional depth. Me. They want me. Maya unfolded the letter slowly, her eyes scanning the words. Her jaw clenched. Remarkable technical skill, she read aloud, her voice flat. I know, right? I thought for sure I wouldn't get in. The acceptance rate is like 4%. This should have been mine. The words came out quiet, but they hit like a slap. What? Nothing. She refolded the letter, her movements precise. Too precise. Congrats, I guess. Maya, this doesn't take anything away from your... Doesn't it? She stood abruptly, still holding my letter. You know how hard I've worked? How many hours of practice? How many injuries? And you just sit in here and doodle? And suddenly you're special? It's not doodling, it's... Save it, Felicity. She walked toward my desk where my hammer sat. I used it to hang canvases. She picked it up, examining it casually. You always get what you want without even trying. That's not fair. I've worked just as... Everything's so easy for you. Her voice rose, and something flickered in her eyes I'd never seen before. Something dark. Poor little Felicity with her paintbrushes and her feelings. Everyone thinks you're so sensitive, so special. Maya, put the hammer down. My heart started racing. You're scaring me. Sensitive and special don't mean talented, Felicity. It just means everyone babies you. She moved toward me, and I put out my hand, my right hand, my painting hand, instinctively. Maya, stop. Let's just talk. The hammer came down hard. The sound was worse than the pain at first. That crunch of bone. Then the pain hit, white-hot and all-consuming, radiating up my arm. I screamed, cradling my hand against my chest. Blood bloomed across my palm where the skin had split. Oh, God! Maya's face went pale. Felicity, I didn't... Get out! I sobbed, falling to my knees. Get out! Mom! Dad! Through my tears, I saw her drop the hammer and run. The bones in 3 fingers are fractured, Dr. Chen said, adjusting the X-ray on the screen. Your index and middle fingers took the worst of it. The metacarpals are shattered. I stared at my wrapped hand, trying not to cry again. Mom sat beside me, her face ashen. Dad stood by the window, his jaw tight. Will she be able to paint again? Mom asked. Dr. Chen hesitated. With physical therapy, she'll regain most functionality. But fine motor control? The kind needed for detailed artwork? That's uncertain. It depends on how the bones heal. Uncertain. The word felt like another blow. So maybe never? I won't lie to you, Felicity. The damage is severe. Your sister hit your dominant hand hard enough to... She's not my sister. The words came out cold. Not anymore. Dad finally turned from the window. Felicity, don't say that. She destroyed my hand, Dad. She might have destroyed my entire future, and you want me to what? Pretend it was an accident? We don't know it wasn't, Mom said quietly. Maybe she just lost control for a second. Lost control? I couldn't believe what I was hearing. She picked up a hammer and brought it down on my hand while I was trying to calm her down. Dr. Chen cleared her throat. I'm required by law to report incidents like this. The police will want to speak with you. Good, I said immediately. Felicity, Dad started. No, she assaulted me. She could have killed me if she'd aimed for my head instead. Mom's hand flew to her mouth. She would never. She did, Mom. Are you not getting this? Your daughter attacked your other daughter with a weapon. Rachel burst through the door then, out of breath. I came as soon as I heard. Oh my God, Felicity, your hand! Hey, Rach. I tried to smile, but couldn't quite manage it. Your mom called my mom, and I just... What the hell happened? They're saying Maya did this? She did. Rachel looked between my parents and me, reading the tension. Can I talk to Felicity alone for a minute? Mom and Dad exchanged glances, then nodded and stepped outside with Dr. Chen. Tell me everything, Rachel said, pulling a chair close. I did. Every word of the fight, every second of that moment. When I finished, Rachel's face was hard. You're pressing charges, right? My parents don't want me to. I don't care what they want. She attacked you, Felicity. She took away your future because she was jealous. They keep saying it was an accident, that she didn't mean... Bull? You said she picked up the hammer and looked at it before she hit you. That's premeditated. That's assault with a deadly weapon. Rachel grabbed my good hand. You know I love you. You know I'll support you no matter what. But I need you to hear me. If you don't press charges, Maya will think she can get away with this. She'll think her jealousy justifies violence. I know. Tears spilled down my cheeks. I know you're right. Mrs. Patterson next door, Rachel continued. She was in her yard when it happened. She told my mom she heard screaming and saw Maya run out of your house looking panicked. She's a witness. Really? Really? And you have that letter still, right? The one from RISD? That's motive. My parents came back in, and Dad immediately started talking. We've been discussing this, and we think family therapy might... I'm pressing charges, I interrupted. Felicity, please think about this, Mom pleaded. She's your sister. Our family. Our family? I held up my bandaged hand. She ended our family when she did this. I'm calling the police. I'm pressing charges. And if you try to stop me, I'll call them anyway the second I turn 18 next month. Dad's face crumpled. You're really doing this? She really did this, Dad. I'm just dealing with the consequences. Detective Barnes sat across from me in our living room 2 days later, his notepad open. Maya sat on the other couch with Mom and Dad, her face a mask of false remorse. I didn't mean to hurt her that bad, Maya said, her voice small and practiced. It was an accident. We were arguing and I just reacted. You reacted by picking up a hammer and breaking 3 bones in my hand? I kept my voice steady. I wasn't thinking clearly. I was upset and... Save it, Maya. Detective Barnes held up a hand. I've read Mrs. Patterson's statement. She heard you shouting that Felicity didn't deserve the scholarship before she heard the screaming. Maya's mask slipped for just a second. That old lady doesn't know what she heard. She knows what she saw. You running from the house in a panic, Felicity's blood on your shirt. This is ridiculous! Maya stood up. We're twins. We fight sometimes. That doesn't make me a criminal. Assault with a deadly weapon makes you a criminal, Detective Barnes said calmly. It was a hammer, not a... A hammer is classified as a deadly weapon in assault cases, especially when it causes this level of injury. He turned to me. Felicity, walk me through what happened one more time. I did, slowly and clearly. Maya tried to interrupt twice, but Detective Barnes silenced her with a look. That's not how it happened, Maya finally exploded. She's exaggerating. She's always been dramatic, always playing the victim. Your sister has 3 fractured bones that will require months of physical therapy and may end her art career before it starts. Detective Barnes said. The medical evidence supports her account. Mrs. Patterson's testimony supports her account. What evidence supports yours? Maya's face twisted. You believe her over me? Your own daughter? She turned to our parents. Mom? Dad? Are you really letting her do this? Maya, sweetheart, if you just explain... Mom started. Explain what? That I'm sorry? Fine. I'm sorry, Felicity. I'm sorry I hurt you. There, can we drop this now? No, I said firmly. What? I said no. Your apology means nothing to me. You didn't accidentally hurt me. You wanted to hurt me because you couldn't stand that I achieved something you didn't. That's not... You've spent our entire lives making me feel small, I continued, my voice getting stronger. Every time I accomplished something, you'd find a way to diminish it. But this time, you couldn't diminish it with words, so you used violence. I said I'm sorry, Maya screamed. What more do you want from me? I want you to face consequences. Real consequences. Not a family meeting or therapy or a stern talking to. I want you to understand that you don't get to hurt people and walk away clean. Maya's face went red. You self-righteous little... Maya, Dad warned. No, I'm done pretending. She turned on me. You think you're so much better than me? You think your little paintings make you special? You're nothing, Felicity. You've always been nothing. I'm the one colleges wanted. I'm the one who matters. Then why did you have to destroy my hand to prove it? I asked quietly. The room went silent. Miss Felicity, Detective Barnes said gently, I think we have everything we need. Maya, I'm placing you under arrest for assault with a deadly weapon. What? No! Maya's face went white. You can't. You have the right to remain silent. This is your fault, Felicity. Maya lunged toward me, and Detective Barnes caught her arm. I'll make you pay for this. I swear to God, when I get out. You're threatening her now? Detective Barnes's voice hardened. In front of a police officer? That's not helping your case. As he led Maya out in handcuffs, she screamed threats the whole way. Mom collapsed, crying. Dad just stared at the floor. And I felt nothing but relief. The courtroom was smaller than I expected. Rachel sat beside me, squeezing my good hand. Maya sat at the defense table with her lawyer, refusing to look at me. The defendant is charged with assault with a deadly weapon, the judge read. How do you plead? Not guilty, Maya said, her voice clear. It took 3 days of testimony. Mrs. Patterson described what she'd heard and seen. Dr. Chen detailed my injuries with clinical precision. My physical therapist testified about my prognosis. A 60% chance I'd never regain full dexterity in my right hand. When it was my turn, I told the truth. All of it. Maya's lawyer tried to paint it as a sibling squabble gone wrong. Surely you've fought with your sister before? Not with weapons, I answered. But you admit you've had conflicts? Normal conflicts. Arguments about borrowed clothes or whose turn it was to clean the bathroom. Not violence. Isn't it possible you're exaggerating the severity to punish your sister for past grievances? I held up my scarred hand. The x-rays don't lie. The jury deliberated for 6 hours. When they came back, the verdict was guilty. Maya's face crumpled, but I felt no sympathy. None. At sentencing, the judge gave Maya 18 months in county jail, plus mandatory anger management and restitution for my medical bills. Does the victim wish to make a statement? The judge asked. I stood. Maya had every opportunity to stop. She chose violence over communication. She chose jealousy over joy for her sister's achievement. She made that choice, and now she faces the consequences. I hope she learns from this. But whether she does or not, I'm done giving her chances to hurt me. Maya's lawyer requested she be allowed to speak to me before being taken away. Absolutely not, I said. Felicity, please, Maya called out anyway. I know I messed up. I know I hurt you, but we're sisters, we're twins. Doesn't that mean anything? I looked at her, really looked at her, and felt nothing but sadness for who she could have been. Being twins means we shared a womb. It doesn't mean you get to destroy my future without consequences. I'll change. I'll do better. Just don't do this. Give me another chance. You had your chance when you picked up that hammer. You had another chance when you apologized in my room right after. You had a chance every day since when you could have shown genuine remorse instead of playing victim. No more chances, Maya. You'll regret this, she screamed as they led her away. You'll regret turning your back on family. But I didn't regret it. Not even a little. 6 months later, Rachel and I sat in my apartment, my own place, away from my parents who still couldn't understand why I couldn't just forgive and move on. How's physical therapy going? Rachel asked, handing me tea. Better. Dr. Chen thinks I might regain 80% functionality. I flexed my fingers carefully. RISD deferred my scholarship. I start in January. That's amazing, Felicity. I'm learning to paint with my left hand, too. It's harder, but it's forcing me to think differently about my art, to approach it from new angles. That's very zen of you, I laughed. Yeah, well, Maya took something from me, but she didn't take everything. She didn't take my determination or my talent or my future. She just made the path harder. Have your parents talked to you? Mom texts occasionally. Dad sent a letter last week asking if I'd visit Maya in jail. I shook my head. I wrote back saying no. I meant what I said in court, no more chances. Good for you. You know what the weirdest part is? I'm happier now than I was before. Even with my hand messed up, even with my family fractured, I'm free. Free from constantly worrying what Maya would say or do. Free from walking on eggshells. Rachel raised her teacup. To freedom, then. To freedom, I echoed, clinking my cup against hers. My hand would never be quite the same. My family would never be whole again. But I'd learned something Maya never understood. True strength isn't about dominating others or tearing them down when they succeed. It's about standing up for yourself when someone tries to break you. And I was still standing. What would you do if a family member hurt you out of jealousy? Would you press charges or try to forgive? Drop a comment below and let us know. If you enjoyed this story, smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe for more true stories about standing up to toxic people.